Welcome to Oddball. Charlotte Wilder, Amin Hassan in a bucket hat. For those who are not viewing this but listening, Amin, talk to me about that hat. What's going on?
Hat week continues. You guys saw me last week with the hat on. That was the first day of the week that you saw me with the hat on. Weeks are 7 days. No one said they have to start on a Sunday or a Monday. So ipso facto, hat week still in effect.
I don't know. I feel like if you're going to do hat week, it's like Monday through Friday is a hat week. But here on Oddball, we do things our own way. And you know what I mean? I respect it. Do you respect the fact that Jamal Murray has agreed on a 4-year, $208 million extension with the Denver Nuggets?
I don't have to respect it. It happened. That's like, do you respect the
how do you
law
feel
of
about
gravity? Well,
I do, personally.
You can't have an opinion about something that is inevitable. What's inevitable is that Jamal Murray not only is going to get paid, but was going to get paid because Charlotte Wilder, here's the deal. Denver a long time ago realized we're not going to be in the running for big name free agents pretty much ever. We've got to draft well. And when we find something that works, we've got to make sure it stays together. Obviously, this combination of Jokic and Murray has worked very well. Perhaps the most successful era of Denver Nuggets basketball ever. Since 2020, they've been to the conference finals at least 3 times. They've been in the championship once and won it. And you know, Jamal Murray is a huge part of that. And so we can sit here, and I can sit here much as I did when he signed his first rookie extension years ago and say, that's an overpay for a player Jamal Murray's caliber, someone who has never been an all-star and probably will never be an all-star, never been all-NBA, probably will never be all-NBA. But I was wrong 4 years ago whenever he signed that deal. Today I sit here and say, I get it now. He's perfect for what they do. So if it ain't broke, don't break it, in the words of the great Charles Oakley.
So what you're saying, basically, there was a lot of noise during his very poor Olympic performance where he averaged 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3.5 assists per game. And at the time you were like, well, that doesn't matter. And I think some people thought it mattered, but it clearly doesn't, right?
I'll tell you why it doesn't matter. Was he playing with Nikola Jokic at the Olympics?
No, he wasn't.
There you go. Like, I don't care how he does with Dylan Brooks. If I'm Calvin Booth, if I'm the Kroenke family. I don't care how he does with RJ Barrett. He doesn't play with those guys. He plays with the best player in the world, and they have a chemistry that is uncommon. It's working for us. It's worked for us here in Denver. The only thing that could have happened at the Olympics that would have made me, as the Denver Nuggets organization, take pause is if he had gotten hurt. If something had happened and he got hurt, or some off the court issues that, you know, would limit his availability. Other than that, basketball-wise, he could have averaged 0 points a game on 0% shooting and 10 turnovers. I wouldn't care. I'd pay him the same money because I know he works here.
So let me ask you something. I mean, do you think that there's a part of this that not necessarily the Nuggets following a trend, but I feel like we've seen a lot more teams trying to develop their own guys. I mean, Jokic and Murray obviously came up together and they're now locked in. Jokic till 2027, Murray till 2029. And it reminds me of, you know, the Celtics are keeping Tatum and Brown together. Like the Knicks are bringing in guys who've played together for a while. Is this a new trend in the NBA, or is this just a more obvious version? I feel like the super team era of people switching. I mean, obviously it's still happening, like Paul George going to Philly, but I see this and I wonder if this is something, not necessarily a copycat league, but that other teams are seeing teams do.
There is a trend that's been going on in the NBA since 1947. How to have the best team possible. That's all it is. Oh, these guys play together in college. Okay. Oh, these guys, we drafted them, but they didn't play together in college. Okay. All right. These guys, all right. One guy was drafted in the second round. One guy was a lottery pick, but the second rounder is actually the best player in the league, and the lottery pick is a pretty good player, but okay. Does it work? Is that the best talent we can get? Absolutely. I'm going to tell you right now, all that Villanova Knicks stuff is cute. If Joel Embiid was available today for the Knicks to acquire, they'd acquire him, right? There's no team in the league that's like, all NBA talent? Nah, I want to stick with what I'm doing here because I've been watching on TikTok. That's how teams are being built. No, it doesn't work like that. They're doing the best they can do with what is available to them. I go back to 2016 when people said the Warriors got Kevin Durant because they knew they couldn't beat LeBron, or the Warriors got Kevin Durant because they had to keep him, they had to destroy the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I said, no, You guys are missing the most basic thing. The Warriors got Kevin Durant because they could, because it was available to them to do. And that's the name of the game, to build the most talented team possible. Speaking of the most talented possible, Angel Reese, the star rookie for the Chicago Sky in the WNBA, announced she'll miss the rest of the season with a wrist injury. She dropped this news on Twitter saying, quote, "All I have ever wanted was to come into the W and make an impact. I'm filled with emotions right now that I have a season-ending injury, but also filled with so much gratitude for what is next." All right. Charlotte, a couple of the records that Angel Reese has broken this season. Most rebounds in a single season, 446. The previous record was 404, so she demolished that. Again, this isn't a rookie record. This is the record for most rebounds. Most offensive rebounds in a single season, 172. And most double-doubles by a rookie, 26. Charlotte, what's your reaction to the news?
It just that's such it's a bummer because this is such a historic season for her. And obviously she's one of the big names that everybody loves to watch. On the other hand, I hope that this means like she'll get healthy and have some time to rest, which she didn't have before the start of next season. Does this mean, I've seen people making the argument that it could be Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark for Rookie of the Year. With Angel Reese out for the rest, is that over, or was it over to begin with? I
mean, I didn't know that we were still having that conversation. First of all, there's only 5 games left in the season, so it's not like she got hurt at the All-Star break where you could conceivably say, hey, there's a lot of season left. The season's almost over, and Caitlin Clark, I think, has pretty much solidified her stranglehold on that. She had a rough start, but then she found herself, and she's been incredible pretty much. And that's not to knock what Angel Reese has done. She's had an incredible season as well. We see all the records she's broken. And I think she's got a lot more. I mean, this is great. This is to play this well, to break league records that are 25, 30 years old as a rookie. You'll have to feel optimistic. But let's be real. Like, I think we all know Caitlin Clark is going to win this. And there was nothing that could have happened in the next 5 games that was going to change that.
Yeah, Angel Reese also promised more 3-point shooting next year in that Twitter post, which, what would you say to that?
I mean, let's work on finishing first. You know, you got to crawl before you walk, Charlotte, right? Yeah, it's like, hey, do this, catch, and then lay it up off the glass, mic and drills. Stuff, not using the glass, using the rim as a protector, you know, just little things around, like little touch around the basket. Because I think that's the biggest. If I'm her coach, I'm not concerned like you can't space the floor. I'm concerned that your finishing is not where it needs to be. And I get it. You grab a lot of offensive rebounds, but a lot of times players, men and women, fall into this trap of like, what's the sexy thing that people are doing that I can add to my game? It's like, no, the number one thing you can add to your game is removing your main weaknesses. If you are a poor free throw shooter, which she is not, that's the crazy thing. She's a good free throw shooter. But if you are a poor free throw shooter, the best thing you could do is get better shooting free throws, not shooting threes, right? In her case, she's not a good finisher or not up to par or what we would expect from a player of her caliber. So I would say that should be her concern and her trainer's concern for the offseason. And let's leave 3-point shooting back until after we get this thing nailed down.
I might need to put that on a poster. The best thing you can do for your game is improving your weaknesses. Oh my God. I didn't know we were getting Yoda Amin today.
Look, I need to transition. I have a freshman basketball player in my house, so we're having these conversations every day.
Yeah. Well, I love that. Could be a good podcast. All right. We need to move from a current WNBA star to a future one. Paige Bueckers, the UConn phenom, was everywhere this weekend. I mean, truly, I don't know how she did this. She was at the U.S. Open along with Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Tyrese Halliburton, Steph, Clay. She was also casually getting a workout in with Steph and Jaylen Brown. And then she went to Fashion Week. Yeah. And then she went to the Aces Liberty game. And the most impressive part of all of this, I mean, is that she still managed to make it back to class on Monday. And I just really love Paige Bueckers and needed a place to talk about how impressive her seeming time travel was.
Well, I mean, okay, I'm going to be the wet blanket. Okay, first of all.
No, don't.
I'm going to be the wet blanket. I gotta be. Number one, All of those places were in New York. The U.S. Open in Flushing, Queens. The NBPA gym is in Manhattan. Then Fashion Week is in Manhattan. Then Aces Liberty down in Brooklyn. Like, that's not...
Okay, maybe it's... Okay, sorry. This is my 30-something bias showing. I would be flat on the floor on a Monday if I tried to do that much in a weekend.
Okay, number 2. She goes to school at UConn, so Storrs, Connecticut, 2.5-hour drive. Not fun if you're driving. My guess is not driving. She's got the money, NIL money. Oh, maybe. Wow, I didn't even think about that. I just said NIL money for someone to drive her. But yeah, she might have choppered back. So yeah, look, this really blew my mind now. But number 3, if we could put her proof that she was in class back up on the screen.
Yeah.
Charlotte, can you read what's on the slideshow there that in this graduate level class?
Yeah, it's communication and identity. I mean,
folks.
So
this is not 501 level coursework. Let me just say that right now. What are you doing? You auditing classes? Because she graduated. That's a crazy thing. She's already got her degree. Graduated. Yeah.
So you know what? Shout out Paige for going to class.
Shout out archaic WNBA rules that prevent the players from coming out early. Paige Bueckers should be in the WNBA right now, but she got to go to school. She got to go get a graduate degree in communications and identity.
Oh my God. Well, at the Aces Liberty game, cameras also caught this interaction between Steph and the new Mavs teammates, Klay Thompson and Derek Lively. Let's roll this. That's Steph going, ew, ew, after seeing them together. Pretty weird. Good reminder that Klay and Steph are actually not on the same team.
Well, Lively told Klay, "What are you doing tonight?" And that's what elicited the ew from Steph. Man, like, yo, it is. It's like, you know, I don't know if you, Charlotte, I'm notorious for being on good terms with many of my exes. So like, I'm cool with it. But sometimes they get uncomfortable when they see me like talking to someone. They get that ill. It's not an ill like how dare you, but it's just it is a jarring feeling when you see someone that you were close to now start to get close to someone else. And so in Steph's mind, like, that used to be us. What are you doing tonight? Now it's some dude named Derek Lively.
He is younger. Maybe he can stay out longer than Steph at this point. The game, though, I mean, the Liberty won 75-71. The Aces kept it close despite A'ja Wilson being out with a foot injury. And this was the first game she'd missed since 2019, which is crazy. And it was a matchup of last year's finals. And I think it made Liberty fans a little nervous because even without A'ja, the Aces kept it pretty close. If A'ja misses the rest of the season, is this a problem for the Aces? I mean, obviously it's a problem. Can they get far without her?
Yeah, if you're the Aces, you judge your season by championships, and that's it. Like they're not here for we gave them a good run in the playoffs or we almost did it. They're here to win titles. They're here to be. They want to make history. They want to be win the most titles and the most consecutive titles, and they're in position to do that if A'ja Wilson is healthy. If she's not healthy, not only is she their best player, she's the best player in the league, I would argue. And also the Aces haven't exactly played great since the Olympic break. So yeah, if A'ja's out for an extended amount of time that goes into the playoffs, I would be worried if I'm the Aces.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Lynx Liberty. So we'll see in a preview matchup this Sunday. Right. I am Nafisa Collier, baby.
We'll put that down on the board. Yeah. All right.
Write that down.
Real quick here, Charlotte. We've got the oddball questionnaire right before we go to break. Now, for those who aren't familiar, we've been doing installments of these throughout the summer. We created this questionnaire. It's a list of 6 scientifically calibrated, research-backed questions, which it determined with can't be 100% accuracy, guys. It's got to be something
99.9.
99.9. They call it 6 Sigma in the testing world. That's my engineering background coming back out.
Oh my God.
6 Sigma accuracy is someone is an oddball. So this is the latest installment, as I said, with the one and only Ryan Hollins, former NBA player and current color analyst for the Houston Rockets. All right, question
Don't
number
ask
1.
about pineapple on my pizza, man. Don't do that.
My favorite part is that you claim that this is a Pasadena thing.
It's an everywhere thing. Everybody likes pineapple on their pizza,
Nobody likes pineapple on their pizza. Nobody likes it.
But you.
There's a thumbs down from my cameraman, Ben. All right, so you've already failed question 1. Question 2, do you put your socks and shoes on socks first, then shoes first, or do you go one sock, one shoe, one sock, one shoe?
I go socks completely socks, and then completely shoes.
What foot do you start with? The right foot or the left foot?
I naturally go left.
Wow, okay. What was your most recent encounter with a ghost or alien?
I have not had one that I've known about, so I don't. I'm waiting for one. If it happened, I didn't know.
I'm not really here. I'm a ghost. Question number 4. If you could only communicate using movie quotes, which movie would you choose?
Show me the money. Probably horrible accent of how it was said. I don't know why that was the first thing that came to my mind.
What's the name of damn, it's Jerry Maguire, right? Okay.
Jerry Maguire, there we go. Cuba.
What would be your sitcom catchphrase? Bonus points if you look right into the camera and you deliver it.
The first thing that hops in my head is, did I do that? But that's Urkel. Sitcom catchphrase. Oh gosh, I can't say Terminator. I'll be back.
You got to be. This will be yours. Ryan Hollins is the star of a TV show, and before we go to break, you deliver your.
Come on, man.
There it is.
That's my thing. Come on, man.
It's a good one. I like that.
Come on, man.
All right. If you could have any song play every time you enter a room, what song would it be?
Ooh. Not Like Us, because, yeah, there we go.
What part?
I cannot say what part. I don't know if you can repeat any part of that song. You said this is clean, I mean.
The part I said, wah, 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 that's what I said.
See, there you go.
Yep. And then finally, what are your thoughts on the French?
Gobert and Wemby. Oh my gosh. I'm going to throw it out right now. Hot take. I think at some point those two definitely play together in the NBA.
Oh, wow.
Very likely it's going to be Gobert joining the Spurs.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be old and gray before it happens,
right.
But I can see that combination happening in the league.
Did you see the picture? It's the French national team, and like Wemby is literally bending his knees, and Gobert is standing on his tiptoes in order for them to look kind of the same height.
I talked with Sean Elliott before the season and kind of figuring out what Wemby was, and he told me every time you see Wemby play, you're going to see something you've never seen in the game of basketball. Yeah. And every time I've watched him, like you just mentioned, you've never seen a 7'3" guy doing that and then another guy doing that, and he's the forward.
Yeah. All right. That'll do it. Thank you, Ryan Hollins. We enjoyed watching you on the Houston Rockets broadcast this season.
Anytime, brother.
Thanks, Ryan, for dealing with our shenanigans, except for the part where you like pineapple pizza. Just gross.
I like pineapple pizza, and I'm not afraid to say that on air.
You know why?
Why?
Because you're a country bumpkin. That's why.
What?
That's right. You
No,
and
I'm
Ryan
not.
Hollins, both of you guys, country bumpkins, even though he's from Pasadena.
Do they have pineapple in the country? What does this have to do with that?
No, you guys just discovered things and let me put that on my pizza.
All right, whatever. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Oddball. Our producers have just been roasting us, so here we go. I mean, NBA 2K25 came out last week. I know nothing about this. I'm gonna embarrass myself trying to have a conversation about this, but we're going to. Because apparently there's a guy who played 500 games in the first 3 days the game was released. Is that depressing or impressive? I don't even know what that means. Is that a lot? I'm assuming that's a lot.
I'm calling bullshit. First of all, I played every 2K from the very first one that came on Sega Dreamcast all the way up until 2K15, and then I stopped. So a lot of the new features I'm not familiar with, but my cousin Proof is an avid 2K player. He's got the new 2K. I just asked him how much time does it take to play a standard game? He said if you're playing in the Pro-Am or you're playing like regular NBA teams, 25 minutes, give or take. He said in the park they're faster, but it's still like 10 to 15 minutes. So for him to play 500 games in 3 days, I mean, that means he was like pulling the TV into the toilet and down there. I'm just calling bullshit. 100% on this. And if it is true, my man, get a life. Like, I mean, just play 100 games less and I don't know, watch an episode of Oddball.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Well, this inspired us to play a game that we are calling 2K or not 2K, which is a name I didn't come up with it, but I am proud of it.
We're not getting paid for this either. They didn't even give us product. We're just
if they want to sponsor us, I will not know how to play the video game. They can't. Okay.
We can do that.
We'll be given two. Yeah. Okay. We'll be given 2 players. We'll have to agree on a guess on which player has a higher rating in 2K25. After our guess, we will hear a right or a wrong buzzer sound, and the answer will be revealed. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's go. First name.
Okay. Matchup number 1. Whose rating is better, Jason Tatum or Kevin Durant? Ooh.
Look, I know whose rating should be better, but someone had a very good year and a very good, with the number 1 finish in the league. So I'm going to say Tatum has the higher one, even though I think Durant should have a higher one.
Me too. I think there's recency bias here. So this was easy. We both agree Jason Tatum. Let's hear the sound.
Yep.
Well, so that's a yes?
Yes, that's a yes. That was a positive sound. Isn't it funny we know what positive sounds sound like?
Yeah.
That's positive. The wrong answer one is going all right.
Yeah. Okay.
I look, again, recency bias, as you said. Now, the funny thing is, Charlotte, there was a part of me that was waiting for Durant to be higher rated just so I can jump up with, see, the Celtics, the most disrespected champs in the history of basketball. I wanted one more feather in that cap, but lacking alas, we've got to move on. All right. In the next matchup, we've got Kyrie Irving or Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh, I think Kyrie, definitely.
I agree also.
Oh, maybe not. Well,
he went to the finals. He played great for the most part.
Yeah. It's Kyrie.
Yep. Yeah, see, man.
There you go.
Now,
can't fool us.
And I would
fool
say...
me once, can't fool me.
Well, they haven't fooled us. Kyrie should be rated better than Halliburton. He is a better talent, but you ask me who I'd rather have Tyrese Halliburton. I know. Sounds crazy. But Kyrie is a better player. All right, who's next?
Do you still think Tyrese is the last great hope at point guard?
Oh, you gotta unless the Shepherd kid comes in running pick and rolls like that, and then no.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. The guy who, okay. We don't have time for this.
No.
Jalen Brunson or Anthony Davis? I think Brunson.
Okay.
I think Brunson.
I think it's Anthony Davis, and here's why. I think New York Knicks fans I seem to remember from my group chat people being upset about Jalen Brunson's rating. I'm gonna go Anthony Davis just based on like group chat dynamics. I don't think they even compared the two. I just think I remember people being upset, like that's all Jalen Brunson got.
Okay, so you have info that I don't have. Right. I'm still gonna say that I think Jalen Brunson is.
We have to agree.
Oh. Okay, well, because you have intel and I don't. Fine, Anthony Davis.
Yes,
Anthony Davis. Wow.
What I tell you, man, my gut doesn't lie.
94 to 90. Okay, I do think 93. This is out of 100, right? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, I do think 93 for Brunson, given what some of these other guys are getting, is low. I could see where Knicks fans would be upset about this. Why not 94?
I don't know.
He carried that team on his back, man.
Yeah, all right. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what we got next. We got Zion Williamson or Victor Wembanyama. This is easy.
Wemby.
Everybody loves Wemby. Everybody loves Wemby. Yep.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
All right. Not much to talk about there, even really. Poor Zion. He was doing so well.
He lost all the weight, so we'll see. We'll see how he does.
See, okay. I'm excited for him. I'm hopeful. James Harden or Rudy Gobert. Rudy. Depoy.
Rudy is one of the most disrespected players, though. I'm going to go with Harden.
But we have to agree.
I don't feel strong on this, so I'll go with you, Rudy, but I think it's Harden.
Okay, I think it's Rudy.
Oh, wow, yes! You're right.
Wow.
By
Look,
one.
he was Defensive Player of the Year, recency bias. Okay, one more really quick.
Okay, last
really
one.
Quick.
Jordan Poole or Draymond? Oh, come on, guys. Why y'all want to start shit, man?
Come on.
Draymond. Jordan Poole had one of the worst seasons ever. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Are we basketball geniuses?
Well, no, we're 2K geniuses, which for 2K people means we're basketball geniuses.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Whose score do you think is going to change the most?
Zion.
Brunson.
Because he lost the weight.
Zion.
And he's going to go out there and he's going to ball out.
Okay. All right. Well, it's been lovely hanging out with you in your bucket hat. Oh, wait. Yeah.
What was the sound if we got him wrong? Oh, see? You don't have to tell me much.
Danger.
I just know that. Other than that, Michael Jordan's Depoy.
That's it for Bye-bye.